Welcome back to the show. Bob Shaw will be here, and the gentleman who invented the Nautilus equipment, and my first guest in 1977. This gentleman released an album entitled Bat Out of Hell that was one of the most successful debut albums in rock history. Since then, he's done a lot of different things, and we're going to talk about some of those right now. Please welcome the legendary Meatloaf.
Well. I had to dress up for this today.
You look great, and
Spiffy.
I enjoyed you laughing at your own introduction. I thought that shows it's a
introductions are always funny.
Point of character there.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Here, I brought you a T-shirt.
Oh, great! I enjoy T-shirts.
Hey guys, just like always, band doesn't get one. You know what I mean?
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is is this from the new album?
From the last album.
From the last album.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's
there
okay.
you go.
It's the newest one.
And and you brought enough of these for the audience? That's really nice.
Yeah, they're $7.50 a piece for the audience.
You're going to play tennis. You have a big. Tell me about you play tennis.
Yeah, I play. In fact, I even had a lesson about a month ago.
Yeah. So
yeah. Yeah, with a real pro and everything, you know.
But you have
out
a big.
in Connecticut.
You got a function coming up here, huh?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Do you want to know about that?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm playing tennis with John McEnroe and Vita Scarolitis and Andy Summer of the Police. And yeah, Andy Summer, come on. He'll appreciate it. So, and it's for the Garolitis, I got to remember this, the Garolitis Youth Foundation and the World Hunger Project and Celebrity Palsy, cerebral palsy. That's not funny. Not funny. That's not. You're gonna get letters now, boy.
Yeah, no,
you're in trouble.
You're gonna get the letters.
No, they don't know my address.
But that, and where and when did we cover that?
Oh no, we didn't cover that. It's at Forest Hills. This is Forest Hill. They clap at everything. Yeah, on Wednesday. Yeah. August 25th. Yeah.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen.
And I don't know the time of day, but there's a lot of other people there. Charlie Daniels, not the time of day. Charlie Daniels and Joe Cocker.
Long tennis buffs, these guys. Yeah, they
Connors,
go.
Yeah, Charlie Daniels.
Go way back. Let me.
Charlie Daniels, of course, will wear his hat during the match.
Yeah, he was here and wore his hat here and chewed gum. Wouldn't
and
stop
he couldn't
chewing
see anything either, right?
Nope. Tell me about you. Before you became a big success on your own, you did many, many other things, and you worked with Ted Nugent. You sang in a group. What was any interesting experiences happen with Mr. Nugent traveling across the country?
Well, I didn't actually ever travel with him. He asked me to, but I went to one of the shows, and I couldn't hear for about 10 days after that. And so I said, well, I better not do it with Ted. And I've known Mr. Nugent, as he's referred to, for about 15 years. So, and there is one incident that I know about. Well, see, I did travel with Ted in the late 60s, and I opened to him. I was with a band called the Popcorn Blizzard. And we opened to Ted, and we were in Lima, Ohio at the Lima, Ohio Rock. Will you give me a break? The Lima, Ohio Rock Festival. There's nothing like. And so Ted asked me for his set to open these doors, and he came out stark naked. The boy did with his guitar, and he almost. Then another time he jumped in the water down in Miami and almost drowned. So that's some Ted Nugent stories.
Now, how does this work in Lima, Ohio? A man standing there nude on stage. Is that?
I don't think they knew it. That's how it worked.
That's kind of the ultimate insult there, isn't it? A man's naked and nobody knew it. What are we going to do?
An insult to Lima, Ohio, or an insult to Ted Nugent.
Something.
One of the two.
We'll figure that out and come back. But we're going away, but we'll be back. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we'll be right back.
All right, we'll be right back. Hi. Welcome back to the show. Arthur Jones will be with us, the man who invented the Nautilus machines, and comedian Bob Shaw. This gentleman, of course, is Meatloaf. You're one of the few world-class rock and rollers, as we say, who has done any recording with Phil Rizzuto, the Scooter.
Absolutely.
Tell us about that.
You mean that Huckleberry? I mean, holy cow, Scooter Rizzuto. Oh, Phil Rizzuto, he was hysterical. Art Shamsky, who used to play for the Mets in 1969, the Miracle Mets, was, I don't know if he still is, Phil Rizzuto's agent. And so Phil Rizzuto wanted to know through Art Shamsky if you had to get high to listen to the record. And we told him that it would probably be better with this record than if you didn't, you know. So he came in and we gave him a script. And it was written by my partner Jim Steinman, and it had Phil Rizzuto, you know, language in it, like holy cow, and he's got a beat on the ball and all that good stuff, you know. And he couldn't do it. I mean, he could not say holy cow when it was written on a piece of paper. Holy cow, you know. And we sat in there for the longest time, and we paid him, you know, a certain amount of money, and he continues on the air. They continue to tell him, hey, do you know how many records that's? You know, you really got screwed, Phil. You know?
What was his reaction after the record came out and he heard himself?
Oh, he said, well, see, he didn't know anything about it. His kids live in Boston. They brought him home the record and said, Dad, you're on this record. And he said, yeah, I did this record, you know. And he said he keeps saying that he got a lot of letters from Priest, and because he was on Paradise by the Dashboard Light, and he was doing a baseball play-by-play, which was also the old, you know, first base, second base thing, but he didn't actually know that when he was doing it. But it was really supposed to be on the radio, a baseball play. You know, it just happened, you know, the heavy breathing behind it just, you know, fit in good. And
so are you and Phil buddies to this
Oh,
day?
yeah. I see him, you know, when I, like at the ballpark and things, and he continues, you know, he calls me a huckleberry on the air all the time, and he got a lot of press. I gave him a platinum record, and I gave the Yankees a platinum record. I met Jackson that day, too, you know. First thing Reggie Jackson asked me, we were introduced, and he says, what kind of percentage you make on your records? I said, what's your contract call for, Reggie? You know, how many times a bet do you?
Let me ask you about, in addition to being a singer and rock music legend, is where you
rock
laughed
music.
earlier.
I don't know about that.
What about your performance in the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Do you ever go see that in front of the regular midnight audience?
Yeah, I went one time, I guess in about 1978, you know, and I went to in New York. It used to play at the Waverly. They've since had a riot and it doesn't play there anymore. And so I went, and it was sold out, and I had a bunch of friends with me. And it was real embarrassing, and I never do this, but this time I decided, well, look, I got to go up and tell them I'm Meatloaf and I'm in the movie. Well, they didn't believe me. I mean, they go, you're not Meatloaf. I said, yeah, I am. And they said, no, you're not. So finally I convinced them. They said, you better be. So they let me in. They said, you better be Meatloaf, because we're sitting you right here where we can watch you. You know? So I said, okay, fine, you know. And so they set me with all these people, and this was in 1978, and this particular person, one side sitting next to me, had seen it 220 times in a row. The one over here had seen it like 150, and they were snorting, you know, that they were, you know, and they were going to me, here, you want some? I'm going, no, it's okay, you know, and these people were going, oh, wow. You know, they weren't watching the movie at all, but it was like, I mean, it was total insanity. Tim Curry actually went once, and they didn't know it was him, because he doesn't look like that character, you know. Everybody else looks like him more than he does. They dress up. In fact, in Los Angeles, somebody got married as
right there at the
Eddie,
performance?
the character I played in the Rocky Horror show, right out on Sunset Boulevard. And I went a couple of times when we were at, you know, when I was promoting Bat, you know, just went around, because we had a trailer that was running in front of the movie of some of the songs from Bat Out of Hell. So I went and asked a lot of questions. I mean, you know, they're fun and everything, but they are out there.
It's interesting that you have to prove that you're Meatloaf to get in. That's
well,
I remember the rank.
I don't know, how do you prove that? You know, how do you prove that?
There for a while.
Oh, there is. Listen.
Really?
Oh, this guy. Oh, good. Thank you for bringing that up. You know, I need to. There is this guy in California who goes around impersonating me, and I sometimes stay at the Beverly Hills Hotel. We called up for a reservation, and they said, you're persona non grata. I said, what the hell does that mean? You know, and they said, well, you can't get in. I said, why not? Why? You know, and they said, because, you know, you flipped a coin with our night manager and beat him out for $20,000 for rooms. I said, what? I did what? And then somebody asked me, did you do that? And I said, what are you not? This guy goes around L.A. and different places, and he's a gambler.
Yeah.
And he flips coins with him. In fact, the FBI called me up one day, and I thought, what did I, and they wanted to question me. It was about this guy. So if anybody got involved with this particular person, let me do this. If anybody got involved with this particular person, ignore him. It's not me.
Well, he's here tonight, Meat, and...
Listen, by the way, this is your life. By the way, you got a coin? No.
We have to go. Good luck on your tennis tournament.
Oh,
and
thank you.
It was a pleasure
I wish you'd
meeting
come
you.
and play.
Well, come back anytime, sir.
Hey, thank you very much.
Meatloaf, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with Arthur Jones, the man who invented the Nautilus equipment.